My name is Juliana Lancaster, and this is my philosophy project over Dexter. Throughout the show, Dexter Morgan, his code of Harry is like a religion to him. This is also a philosophy element, as well as syllogism, which is seen as his code of Harry only allows him to kill bad guys. Now, how does that work? If he is a bad guy and he's doing the killing, he's a good guy because he's only killing bad guys. Therefore, he is not a bad guy. A character in Dexter Morgan demonstrates Augustine's hierarchy of good and evil. Augustine's hierarchy of good and evil states, "There is no thing we can call evil. Instead, evil is a privation or deficiency of goodness." Lila, Dexter's sponsor, quotes, "We are all good, Dexter, and we are all evil," end quote. Dexter can be considered morally evil. However, since he may be seen as a creation of God to some, this will incite debate. A philosophical element that is also found in Dexter is the type of individual he is. Dexter is the type of individual who is a mix between being driven by appetite and spirit. He is driven by his insatiable appetite to kill, and he is also driven by the thrill of the kill in which he cuts up his victims. He even voices his fascination and admiration for the ice truck killer who later ends up being his brother, and the way he kills without having any blood and his cuts on the body. In Dexter Season 2, Episode 1, you can see Aristotle and Dexter both question exactly what is being, living, and normalcy. Dexter may go about it as a different way, but you can tell the correlation. Dexter states in a flashback of him standing on a building that, quote, Dexter's essence or formal cause. His innate ability to lie and manipulate anyone and everyone around him because he lacks basic emotions and feelings, and the fact that he feels he is not a bad person since he only kills bad people. This is also can be seen as an idiom and also psychological projection. As he is killing the bad guys, he is doing killing himself. In Dexter Season 2, Episode 4, Dexter's sponsor Lila represents and can be linked to the cave theory. Once Dexter opened up to her, he saw that he wasn't alone and that there was as much to learn about not only himself, but others around him. He admits, quote, "But this woman sees me. She doesn't know it, but she's looking behind the mask and not turning away." He also quotes, She's able to make me feel okay about who I am and what I am," end quote. Stating, he let her see behind the mask, and he was okay with that. He had come out from the cave and gone into the light and learned something new. In Season 4, Episode 12 of Dexter, we meet Trinity. He is a killer. He incites karma on Dexter, or what can be known as karma. Dexter had befriended the Trinity killer with the goal of killing him. However, his newfound friend later realizes this and ends up killing Dexter's wife and leaving his young son in an almost exact situation that Dexter had gone through when he was a baby. A big part of politics comes into play with La Huerta. She is known throughout the movie for a person who is very, very dedicated to politics, from sleeping with her boss's husband to making political decisions throughout the office and the entire day to interviews and newscasts and everything in between. A little more in depth on Harry. Season 1, Episode 1, Harry in a sense had become a god or a deity to Dexter. He lived by Harry's rules and believed it would protect him, and he admits this on multiple occasions during the show. Harry was Dexter's adoptive father, and he had played a big role in him, especially when Harry realized that Dexter was no longer able to control his urges. He put in codes that had become like religion to Dexter. Speaking of his code, Aristotle's ethics can be linked to this. On multiple occasions, the code of Harry is referred, which serves as the good out of the bad things in which Dexter's actions are motivated by. He took his desires to kill and tried to make the best of it by doing good and only killing bad guys. Ultimately, his purpose is meant to be good, even as the acts themselves are not good. In detail in the Code of Harry. It can be related to Aristotle and causation. 1. Material. Dexter is a human. He is flesh and bone. His physical being is great. However, his mental being is struggling throughout the series. 2. Formal. His innate ability to lie, manipulate, feign emotions, and kill are all the characteristics that make him a psychotic killer. 3. Efficient. Him witnessing his mother's gruesome death at an early age and being trapped in that environment for 2 days made him who he was. 4. Final. His purpose now is to get rid of bad guys, and while he's at it, fulfill his urges in a way that seem morally okay. Back a little bit, I'd like to talk about the intro. The intro to Dexter can be interpreted many different ways. However, most interpret it as the way he lives his life. It's double-edged. One, it can be seen as innocent, just a normal breakfast. But on the other, it can be seen as everything he does at his nightly activities when he is murdering bad guys. In Season 1, Episode 12, Born Free, you will notice Plato's rationalism, the innate knowledge. The background in which Dexter realizes the reasoning for his urges and his need to kill all comes to light, and you can link that with Plato's rationalism and the innate knowledge Dexter now has on the reason why he does what he does. And this contradicts with the Harry's Code. However, stated in Season 2, Episode 2, you will hear Dexter saying, "If I believed in God, if I believed in sin, this is the true place where I would be sucked straight to hell, if I believed in hell." This can be linked straight to atheism, as he does not believe in a higher God, in a higher power, in a higher person. He does not believe in heaven or hell or God. This is atheism. This may spark some debate, but Allegory of the Cave is something I realized that after Rita's death, Dexter's wife, Dexter finally realized his love for her. He had come out of hiding, out of the dark for so long. He loved somebody. However, this is a bit of a twisted version, as he unknowingly went towards outside of the cave. And then when he made it outside, he realized, oh, I did love her, but now she's gone. And then he reverted. He went back into the cave. This time, it was much worse because he had lost the love of his life. And regarding to the cave, he had already seen the outside world. It was beautiful, but he lost all that. And all he could do was sit and self-loathe. Now, onto Dexter's personal responsibility. 1. Ignorance. He is not ignorant, as he does know what he's doing, and that is not right. However, he continues to do it because his urges pull him and coerce him into doing it. Or, and I quote, his dark passenger. 2. Compulsion. Dexter's compulsion is his killings. It is the need to kill and to see the blood and life drain from somebody's eyes and collect it on his little slides. A lot about religion, I know. However, the killing locations. Dexter makes the killing locations relate to the misdeeds of his victims to add to his ritual that he has come up with in order to satisfy his dark passenger. And this usually ranges varying from victim to victim.